What's going on, guys? Game week 3 recap. Finished with 49 points. The average was 64, so below the average again by quite a distance. But for those of you that might be new to the channel, just started following, I haven't had Haaland or Salah so far, or Saka, but I have made a decision that for game week 4, after the international break, I will be activating my wild card. I think it's time. I'm not happy enough with my team. Haven't been getting the green arrows or the above averages as much as I need to. So yeah, it's gonna definitely be activated, the wild card. I'm definitely gonna get Haaland in because I want him. I'm gonna probably go without Salah for now. Obviously I wouldn't say no to having him, but just to make it slightly easier to pick my team when I come to do it, I'm going to just stick with Haaland and then sort of navigate around that. Game week 3 then, Palmer returned for me with an assist in Chelsea's draw against Palace, which I actually expected Chelsea to win that. So even though he did return, I was hoping for a bit more, but I'm happy he returned anyway. I've had Van Dijk in from the beginning. He returned for me obviously with Liverpool's win against United. Yeah, it was even worse than I was predicting it to be honest. Clean sheet as well for them, but it did well for me in that sense. Havertz again returned for me with a goal, even though Arsenal didn't get the win. He got their goal. Returned for me, got 8 for Havertz, got 9 for Isak. Obviously he had a tap in from a Murphy assist. Newcastle scraping by against Tottenham. I thought Tottenham would win that, but Newcastle did get the 3 points. And Isak with a simple tap in, so he got me 9. So yeah, Palmer, Isak and Havertz I was happy with. They all returned for me, but still fell below that average because I don't have a Salah, Saka or Haaland. Haaland's the main one. Obviously another hat-trick for him. He is looking unstoppable again, and that is why I have decided to activate the wild card after the international break, because I want Haaland. I think it's too hard to kind of navigate now without him, especially while he's in this form as well. I think I'm going to bring in Semenyo as well. Bournemouth's fixtures aren't easy for the next sort of 5 to 6 games, but Semenyo, I had him last year and he did well for me, and even though the fixtures look dodgy, he could still grab the odd goal here and there, and then when the fixtures clear up for them a bit and it gets a bit easier, Bournemouth are a decent side and he is one of their main goal threats and one of their best players, and he has been for a number of seasons now, and I feel like a lot of people don't really give him the credit they should, or Bournemouth really. So I'm going to bring Semenyo in, I think. Big fan of him and he did well for me last year. He's only going to get better, so yeah, he's looked good already this season, and he could still return with the odd goal against decent sides as well. As for the rest, I'm not really sure yet, as it's going to have to be budget dependent with the wild card. And obviously with Haaland, he's going to take up a chunk of that. So not really sure with the rest of the squad yet of who I'm going to bring in, but that'll be in a later video anyway. Another red arrow, which is annoying, but I always took that risk at the start of the season without Salah or Haaland, and even Saka you could argue. But I went a bit different. It hasn't really paid off, but there's still a lot of games to go, so I could definitely up the ranks a lot. And that's what I look to do. I know a lot of people will have Haaland, Salah and stuff, but it's the differentials that will ultimately play their part at some point in making the difference between you and other people that have similar players. And then obviously like chips like triple captain and rolling any transfers at different points. I haven't actually done that this season yet, but I have in the past. And I have said that one of the improvements they could make is to give you more transfers you can roll, and they have brought that in. I just haven't took opportunity of that yet because it takes some willpower. It will at some point in the season, I just haven't got to that yet. Obviously we've got the international break, Nations League coming up, so it's better than it just being pointless friendlies. So there is actually something to play for, which I prefer, and it might make the internationals a bit more palatable. Hopefully United can bounce back as well. It was a dreadful performance against Liverpool, really was. It was even worse than I was expecting, which is never good. Finally giving in to trying to navigate without Haaland is near on impossible at the moment, I feel, unless you're getting everything spot on with other players, which is harder to predict, so it's always going to be difficult. I think for the team as well, I'm going to keep Palmer in. I know Chelsea's fixtures aren't brilliant and they're always a dodgy team to predict, but I think Palmer is always going to get you a return, even if they lose games. I think he is, I know he's gone up a lot in his price, but he's definitely one that I'm going to keep when I do activate, that's for sure. Now you guys got on this week, get a little bit of a break now for the internationals to just reset, recalculate what you're going to do with your teams, if you're going to play any chips yet, if you're going to activate the wild card. I know a lot of people looking to activate in game week 6, but I feel that in desperate need right now of improving on points, and people might say it's FOMO, but I don't think it is. Like, the stats are there, the numbers are there. There's certain players it's going to be really, really difficult to climb the ranks and the leagues if you haven't got them in your team. And I get it if you're a casual at FPL that you don't really care about that, but I'm definitely not a casual anymore. Been doing it for a number of years now, and I take it seriously. So I always want to do the best I can. Sometimes it might be boring with picks, but you got to do what you got to do at times. Let me know in the comments how your team did, guys. What changes you looking to make? How can you improve your team? And I'll catch you guys soon.